You don't realize you're not sleeping enough at first because technically you are sleeping, just not enough. And in the beginning, it doesn't even feel serious. It feels normal. Everyone stays up late now. Everyone scrolls longer than they should. Everyone says they're tired. So you stop treating exhaustion like a warning and start treating it like part of life. That's how it begins. Small, quiet, easy to ignore. One night, you stay up later than usual watching random videos on your phone. Then another night, then another. At first, it feels harmless. You tell yourself you'll fix your sleep schedule tomorrow. But tomorrow keeps moving further away. Days start blending together. You wake up tired, push through the day, promise yourself you'll sleep early tonight. Then suddenly, it's 2 a.m. again. You don't even know where the time went. One video turns into 10. One scroll turns into an hour. Then another. Your room becomes strangely familiar at night. Dark walls, phone glow, silence. The rest of the world sleeps while you stay awake alone with your thoughts. At first, you actually enjoy it. Nights feel peaceful, quiet. Nobody bothering you, no responsibilities, no pressure, just you and your own little world. But slowly, something changes. Mornings start feeling worse. You wake up exhausted before the day even starts. Your alarm feels violent now. Every morning feels like being dragged out of unconsciousness against your will. You start hitting snooze more often. 5 more minutes becomes 30. 30 becomes panic. You rush through mornings half awake, barely functioning. Coffee becomes necessary instead of optional. Then even coffee stops helping. During the day, you feel strange, foggy, slower somehow. You reread sentences multiple times because your brain won't process them properly. Small tasks feel heavier than they should. Conversations become harder to focus on. People start repeating things because you zone out without realizing it. You laugh it off. I'm just tired. But deep down, you know it's becoming more than that. Nights get even later now. Your brain starts resisting sleep completely. The more exhausted you become, the harder it feels to actually rest. You lie in bed scrolling because your mind refuses to slow down. Sometimes you stare at the ceiling for long periods, doing absolutely nothing, thinking about random things, regrets, cringe memories, the future. Everything feels louder at night. Your thoughts become heavier after midnight. That's when overthinking gets dangerous. One night, you randomly check the time, 4:13 a.m. Your chest sinks instantly. You realize you need to wake up in less than 3 hours. But instead of sleeping immediately, you panic about not sleeping, which makes sleeping even harder. You close your eyes, open them again, check the clock again. Every minute passing feels stressful now. Eventually, your alarm goes off before it even feels like you slept. Mornings stop feeling real after a while. You start functioning on autopilot. Wake up, phone, coffee, survive, repeat. You barely remember entire days anymore. Your memory starts feeling weird. You walk into rooms and forget why. You open apps and forget what you wanted. You lose focus constantly. Simple mistakes happen more often now. You become more irritated too. Tiny things suddenly annoy you deeply. Sounds feel louder. People feel more exhausting. Even texting back feels like effort sometimes. Your body changes too. Dark circles, heavy eyes, constant fatigue. You look tired even after showering, even after caffeine, even after pretending you're okay. One night, you catch your reflection in your phone screen while scrolling in the dark, and honestly, you look awful, pale, empty, exhausted. But instead of sleeping, you keep scrolling anyway. That's the scary part. You know it's hurting you, and you still keep doing it. Days pass faster now. Sleep deprivation slowly changes time itself. Weeks disappear without feeling real. Everything starts feeling slightly disconnected, slightly unreal. Sometimes during the day, you zone out so hard that reality feels delayed for a second, like your brain can't fully keep up anymore. That feeling scares you, but not enough to change, because every night the cycle repeats again. One more video, one more scroll, one more hour, until suddenly the sun starts rising outside your window again. And in that moment, while staring at the early morning light after another sleepless night, a terrifying thought enters your head for the first time. What if I'm slowly ruining myself? Level 1 is denial. At first, you convince yourself it's not a real problem. You say things like, I work better at night. You tell yourself you're just a night owl. You act like sleeping less somehow makes you more productive, more disciplined, more different than everyone else. And honestly, for a while, you almost believe it. Staying awake late feels powerful at first. The world gets quieter, your thoughts feel sharper, nights feel peaceful, but mornings tell a different story. Every alarm feels painful now, not annoying, painful. Your body feels heavier every morning. Your eyes burn before the day even starts. You wake up exhausted no matter how long you stayed in bed, because technically, sleeping isn't the same as resting anymore. Level 2 is exhaustion. This is where tiredness stops feeling temporary. You stop having bad mornings. Every morning becomes bad. Your body constantly feels behind, like it never fully catches up. You start depending on caffeine more, coffee, energy drinks, anything. At first, they help. Then they barely do anything. You still feel exhausted underneath the stimulation. Your brain becomes slower too. You reread things multiple times. You forget small details instantly. Conversations become harder to focus on. People repeat things because you zone out without realizing it. You start making tiny mistakes constantly, forgetting keys, missing messages, losing focus in the middle of simple tasks. Level 3 is overthinking. Nights become dangerous now because exhaustion changes your thoughts. Everything feels heavier after midnight. Regrets hit harder. Anxiety feels louder. Cringe memories replay stronger than they should. Your brain refuses to shut off even when your body desperately wants rest. You lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking about every mistake you've ever made. Hours pass without noticing. Sometimes you randomly check the clock and instantly feel panic. 3:47 a.m., 4:26 a.m. Numbers that feel terrifying now, because you know the morning is coming too fast, and somehow the fear of not sleeping makes sleeping impossible. Level 4 is emotional instability. This is where people start noticing changes in you. You become more irritated, more sensitive. Tiny inconveniences suddenly feel massive. Sounds annoy you more. People annoy you more. Even texting someone back feels exhausting sometimes. Your patience disappears faster every week. You stop feeling emotionally balanced. Some days you feel strangely numb. Other days you feel overwhelmed by things that normally wouldn't affect you at all. You start realizing exhaustion changes personality too, not just energy. Level 5 is physical decline. Your body starts showing what your brain already feels. Dark circles get worse. Your eyes constantly feel heavy. Your skin looks tired, pale, empty somehow. You look exhausted even after showering, even after caffeine, even after pretending you're okay. Your body feels weaker too. Walking feels heavier. Exercise feels impossible. Even standing up too fast makes your head spin sometimes. You stop feeling healthy. You just feel functional enough to survive the day. Barely. Level 6 is detachment. This is where reality starts feeling strange sometimes. You zone out constantly. Entire moments disappear from your memory. You walk into rooms and forget why immediately. You open apps and forget what you wanted. Sometimes during conversations, your brain feels delayed for a second, like reality itself is lagging slightly. That feeling scares you deeply, because now exhaustion feels mental, not just physical. You start feeling disconnected from yourself sometimes, like you're watching your own life happen from far away. Level 7 is addiction. This is the part that frustrates you most, because by now, you fully understand the damage. You know you need sleep. You know your body is struggling. You know your brain is exhausted. And somehow, every night, you still stay awake. One more video, one more scroll, one more hour. Your phone becomes both the problem and the escape. You hate the cycle while actively continuing it. That contradiction starts making you feel weak, like you're losing control over your own habits. Level 8 is fear, real fear. You start noticing how badly exhaustion affects your mind. Memory problems get worse, focus gets worse, mood gets worse. Some nights, your chest feels tight for no reason. Your heartbeat feels strange after too much caffeine and too little rest. You look up symptoms online late at night, which only makes anxiety stronger. You start wondering what years of this might do to you. That thought stays in your head constantly now. What if I'm actually damaging myself? Level 9 is isolation. Exhaustion slowly disconnects you from other people too. You stop replying to messages as often. Socializing feels draining now. Going outside feels like effort. You cancel plans more. You stay inside more. You tell yourself you're just tired. But deep down, you know your world is getting smaller. Sleep deprivation quietly steals motivation from everything. even things you used to enjoy. Level 10 is realization. One morning changes everything. You wake up after another terrible night. Same exhaustion, same headache, same heavy body. But this time, something feels different. You look at yourself in the mirror for longer than usual, and honestly, you barely recognize yourself anymore. Your eyes look empty, your face looks drained, your body looks tired in a deeper way now, and suddenly, you realize something terrifying. You've been surviving for months, not living, surviving, running on fumes, existing in a constant state of exhaustion while pretending it's normal. And for the first time, that realization scares you enough to actually want change.